Well, the liquid snowflakes are coming down. I'm not going to be working outside on the car. Hey guys, it's Bill. Welcome to Flatbroke Garage. It's kind of a rainy, cold kind of weekend here, and I kind of want to get some stuff done. So we're inside the shop today, and we're working on seats for Ashley's Mustang. Now her video is coming up this Friday of the Mustang. We retrieved most of it. I'll be putting that up this Friday, maybe Thursday, we'll see. But in the meantime, we're going to be making seat brackets for these Procar bucket seats. So if you're not familiar with the seats, these are made by Procar, and I think they're called the Mustang style seats. Now I really like these seats because they kind of replicate the Mustang seats, and the nice thing about these is they recline. I'm a big dude, so reclining is nice. They also have different seat heights you can set your seat at on their seat frames. Now, me being Flatbroke Garage, I can't afford the $120 seat frames for these seats. I got a lot of scrap, so I went digging through some stuff, and I found some 3/4 inch tubing. I don't know what I got it for, but I had it laying around, and I got these. These are brackets out of file cabinets. They're kind of heavy duty, but they came out of these file cabinets I got at an auction. So what I'm planning on doing is building a frame using these brackets. Now I pre-cut some brackets to the measurements of these seats, and I put some rib nuts in here. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. I'm kind of the more time than money guy, so I got plenty of time. Let's knock out some seat brackets and see how they look. So what I started out with was this 3/4 square tubing. So what I did was I cut my tubing up into equal lengths to go crosswise across the seat frame and bolt onto those brackets there. So I drilled them out and I put these riv nuts in. This is a Harbor Freight rivet nut gun, and I tell you what, these things are awesome. I made some side plates to put studs through. So let's get, I got these two drilled out and riv nutted in. Let's start the next one here. I don't know if you can see it, but I punched where the holes go. We'll drill them out and set the riv nuts in there. With the holes drilled, you got your, I got 1/4 rivet nuts. These things are neat. If you never messed with them, they're great for putting on like side view mirrors on cars or places you can't get a nut on. Basically, you got this gun here, pliers here. You just screw the riv nut in here and you pop it down in there. You squeeze, and it's just like setting a rivet, but you're putting a nut in its place. And there you go. Ta-da. So let's get the other one done, and I'm going to get this lined up. What I got here is just for a rough idea. I got my marks here where the seat fits. Like that. And like that. So basically, that's how the frame's going to look. I'm going to tack weld all those on. And then the Mustang seat mounting is, I wrote it down here, 14 by 11. So I just measure out 14 by 11, mark my holes, and I can put bolts in. I could even weld them in. So we got studs like factory seats, so we can set them in there. Let's get this squared up and get it welded and see if that's going to... Well, I got my pieces laid out on the old Flatbroke Garage rubber welding station. Awesome. I made marks so everything's square. I'm just going to tack it and then double check it all before we weld it up. And then we're going to go out and measure for our holes for the mounting. It should be good. go, it's tack welded together. I got the bolts in, so I know it's all square. So I'm gonna go out and measure this thing, line up my holes to put studs in so I can mount the seat. Hopefully I measure twice and cut once. This thing's pretty nice. I'm kind of happy. I should set the seat in there and see where it sits for height. But I think that's a pretty good height. These seats sit pretty low in the car. So we'll go out there, give it a shot, and get everything measured up. We're working on the inside of the car right now, so it's a little disheveled. But I think this thing will fit nice. It might be a little bit high, but like I said, it's got holes on here. We can always lower the seat down. So I'm gonna mark with a marker from the bottom where these holes line up, and I got enough room. I'm just gonna put nuts and bolts in them instead of studs. So I'll get these marked out and see how well it goes. I'm actually gonna need studs on this because this is like a boxed in floor here, and they go up inside, so that sucks. Alright, we gotta figure out another way to mark these. Well, there we go. We got the pilot holes drilled in from where I marked it. I drilled smaller holes, and we're gonna knock some bigger holes in it and line it up, see how it goes. And we got the old grade 8 bolts. Give me a little wiggle room. So that should work. Well, there we go. I got so lucky. All my holes lined up, drilled out. I'm going to take this thing out. I'm going to tack the 4 bolts in, and then we're going to clean it up, paint it, and mount the seat in. Sweet. This is going pretty good. So basically what I've decided to do is I'm just going to weld the 2 bolts in on the inside where the transmission tunnel goes. You can get to hold the bolts on that side, on the outside. That way it gives me a little jiggle room and adjustment. So we'll get these grade 8s tacked in there, and I'm going to clean this up and paint it. Well, I'm actually pretty happy with that. I am not a fabricator or welder, as you can see, but this is good enough. If you can't weld, weld a lot. That's my motto. So she's cleaned up. We're going to get a little satin black on it, and this thing is going to look factory. There it is, my finished product. I'm actually pretty happy with it for me. Because, like I said, I'm not much of the fabricator. We'll put it on the seat, we're going to bolt it in the car and call it good. Then we'll assemble the other one, which you don't need to see. The seat should be all set. Well, I guess we'll go see if it bolts in. Well, that looks pretty nice. Maybe it's a little bit high. We'll put the bolts in it, and we'll see how it sits. There we go. I'm really happy. The seat is in. Let me move some of the junk, see how it sits. I think the seat is a little bit high for me, but it's not for me, it's for Ashley. But we can always lower the seat because it just loosen those front bolts and just tip the seat down. So let's get it cleaned up, see how it sits. I'm in. The seat is definitely too high for me. We'll have to get Ashley here and adjust it down for her, but I'm pretty happy. It's a win. And it looks nice. The studs are long enough to compensate for the carpet and padding, so I thought ahead there. Well, that's something else I got done. I'm still waiting on a pulley drive for this engine. You'll see in the video later this week when we put the engine in this car. I kind of jumped ahead a little bit because it's a cold, snowy weekend. So I wanted to get these seats in, be sure they fit. So be sure to check out the full Mustang video at the end of this week. And follow along. If you like it, subscribe, give me a thumbs up. Me and Ashley would appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching and following along. We'll catch you on the next one. See you later, guys. Bye.